Over the last decade, I watched everyday people, and including myself, make financial decisions that felt smart in the moment, decisions that looked responsible, decisions that seemed safe, but those same decisions quietly caused tens of thousands of dollars because they didn't understand one concept: opportunity cost. And when I finally learned this myself, it changed everything. The way I save, the way I borrow, the way I build liquidity, and the way I leverage banking strategies. In this video, I'm going to break down opportunity cost in a way most people have never heard it before. I will show you how people lose money by paying cash, how they lose money by rushing to pay off debt, and how they lose money by not using leverage correctly, and how strategies like infinite banking, velocity banking, actually flip opportunity costs in your favor. First, I'll explain opportunity cost in simple terms and what it really means. Then I'll show you how money has two jobs and why your money is probably being forced to choose one. Next, I'll walk you through 3 powerful examples, including infinite banking versus paying cash, velocity banking versus making an extra payment, and a real-world scenario almost everyone gets wrong. And by the end, you will understand how to reposition your cash so every dollar works twice without working harder, saving more, or taking extra risks. Let's get into it. Most people define opportunity cost as the cost of choosing one thing over another. That's technically correct, but it's incorrect. Opportunity cost is the money you could have earned but didn't because you made a decision that looked good on the surface but silently blocked your cash flow. And here's the truth. You lose more money from the decisions you don't analyze than from the decisions you make. It's not the bad investments. It's not the deals that go wrong. It's the cash you lock up. It's the money you give away. It's the opportunities you can't take because your money is stuck somewhere else. Opportunity cost is the silent enemy of wealth. Every dollar you have has 2 potential jobs. Job 1, control something today, like buying a car, pay off debt, purchase something in cash, make an extra mortgage payment, pay down a loan. And job number 2, earn for the future. Grow, compound, produce cash flow, multiply. Most people force their dollars to do one job at a time. Wealthy people structure their dollars so they can do both jobs simultaneously. That's the entire game. That's the difference between staying on a treadmill and building real liquidity. Let me show you how. Here's an example. Paying cash versus doing infinite banking. Let's say you want to buy a $20,000 car. And let's look at these 2 options. Option A, pay cash, you take $20,000 from your savings, hand it to a dealer, and the car is yours. Feels good, feels clean, feels responsible. But here's the opportunity cost. Your $20,000 is now gone. It's no longer growing, it can't compound, you can't invest it, you can't leverage it, you can't use it again. If that money had been compounding at an even 5 to 6% over the next 10 years, that's $34,000 to $36,000 you'll never see. So the car didn't cost you $20,000, it cost you $36,000. Option B, use infinite banking. Now, let's look at the same purchase using a properly structured IUL policy. Instead of spending your cash, you let your $20,000 continue compounding inside the policy. Take a policy loan for $20,000, repay the loan on a schedule that works for you. Your money never leaves the policy, it never stops compounding, you control the repayment, you control the terms, and you get the car. So what happened? Your dollar did both jobs. You got the car, and you kept your compounding growth. This is why wealthy families, major banks, and corporations use life insurance as a storage vehicle for money. It's not because they're emotional, it's not because they're scared of the market, it's because they understand opportunity cost. They understand that giving up the future value of their cash is more expensive than the interest on a policy loan. Now let's talk about a mortgage example. This is one of the biggest opportunity cost mistakes homeowners make. A typical person thinks if I make an extra payment on a mortgage, I save interest. That must be smart. But here's the truth. When you put extra money into your mortgage, you lose liquidity, you lose control, you lose having options, and you lose the ability to use that money to produce returns somewhere else. Let's compare 2 strategies. Option A, make an extra payment. Let's say you put an extra $500 a month towards your mortgage. What happens? Your mortgage balance decreases, your equity increases, you save some interest, but here's the opportunity cost. Equity trapped in a house earns 0%. It doesn't cash flow, it doesn't compound, it doesn't grow unless the market grows. And that growth would have happened whether you make an extra payment or not. So you're saving interest, but you're losing the ability to use that money to make more money. Option B, velocity banking. Velocity banking says instead of making the extra payments, you use the line of credit to attack the principal strategically. You cycle income through the line of credit, you maintain liquidity, and you free up cash flow faster. The real power isn't the interest savings, it's reclaiming control of your money so you can put it to work. With velocity banking, your money gets to do two jobs: reduce debt and stay liquid so you can use it again. The traditional approach, your extra payment is gone forever. Velocity banking, your money remains in motion. Money in motion creates wealth. Money in prison creates stress. Now, let me give you a scenario almost everyone gets wrong. A person have $30,000 saved. They want to avoid debt. They want to stay safe. So they pay cash for everything. Sounds smart, right? Here's the opportunity cost. If that $30,000 was earning an even 5% a year, that's $1,500 the first year, $1,575 the second year, and it's keep compounding. But because they're constantly draining their savings to pay cash for car repairs, appliances, vacations, emergencies, their money never compounds long enough to grow into anything meaningful. They don't lose because they spend, they lose because they interrupt in their compounding. Interrupted compounding destroys wealth. Continuous compounding builds it, and most people don't realize it's happening. Let's say a business owner has $50,000 sitting in a savings account. Meanwhile, they pass on opportunities, they avoid hiring people, they stay small, they think they're protecting themselves. But the opportunity cost is massive. The same $50,000 could buy inventory, increase capacity, acquire customers, launch a new offer, or invest in tools that produce more revenue. The cost of this missed opportunity is far larger than the interest they're earning in a savings account. Wealthy business owners don't ask, what does this cost today? They ask, what does this cost me not to do? The person with liquidity can take advantage of real estate deals, use lines of credit, leverage private money, fund their own banking system, invest during downturns, buy assets at discount, solve problems quickly, grow faster with less stress. People without liquidity are forced into decisions that feel safe today, but cost them exponentially more tomorrow. Guys, if you want to build wealth how we do at Vertical Capital, join our free finance community. The link is in the description. Every financial strategy you ever heard of comes down to one question. Does this decision increase or decrease my long-term liquidity? If it increases liquidity, you gain wealth. If it decreases liquidity, you lose wealth. Even if the decision feels smart in the moment, financial freedom is not about how much money you make. It's about how efficiently you use it. It's about making sure your money keeps moving, keeps compounding, keeps multiplying, and keeps working for you. This is why infinite banking works, velocity banking works, leverage works, capital stewardship works, and liquidity strategies outperform traditional savings because they reduce opportunity costs. They stop your dollars from doing just one job. They allow your dollars to do multiple jobs at the same time. Here's the rule wealthy people live by. Never give up control of your money, never interrupt compounding, never let your dollars sit idle. If you follow these principles, you'll build liquidity faster, you'll reduce stress, you'll gain more opportunities, you'll grow wealth without working harder, and your money will start working like a team instead of scattered employees. Opportunity cost is invisible to most people, but once you see it, you can't unsee it. You start making decisions differently, you start thinking like a banker, not a borrower, you start structuring money like a financier, not a consumer, and you start building wealth intentionally, not accidentally.